Alright, y'all, welcome to Street Scores. It's your boy Rico bringing y'all another Redskins report. Now we have to talk about who's even playing in this last game against Dallas.
I don't know.
The injury report and the injury reserve list are just crazy, man. I don't see any reason to win at all. At first, you could say at least the young guys will get some experience, but even the young guys are hurt now. We about to get into this, man. Let's talk about it. Let's get it. Alright, so after Thursday's practice, because I'm starting this video at 5 a.m. Ryan Anderson, linebacker, edge rusher basically, was a full participant, and Donald Penn and Cole Holcomb were full participants. And then you had limited participants, Trey Apke and Morgan Moses. So Morgan Moses and Trey Apke might play. But then you have Landon Collins, who did not participate. He looks like he's done. He looked like he might not play. Dwayne Haskins, franchise quarterback, one of the only reasons I even kind of wanted us to play well these past few weeks. He's definitely out. He has an ankle injury, not too bad, but they definitely don't want to play him in this Cowboys game and force his recovery to take even longer and cut into the actual real off season like training camp, mini camp, all of that type of stuff. It's only going to take a couple of weeks to heal. Let him heal it. Let him enjoy his off season, go on vacation wherever he wants to, and come back fully healthy for mini camp, training camp in the 2020 season. Plus, Dwayne Haskins put up some great film those past couple of weeks, and him being healthy along with that great film should be a huge factor in attracting a great head coach and just a great front office period if we finally get rid of Bruce Allen and bring in a GM, all of that type of stuff. Dwayne Haskins is a very attractive asset that I can see head coaches and GMs fiending for after seeing those past couple of weeks. They know they have something to work with. Just puts the right pieces around them, the right coaching around them. Kevin O'Connell showed some potential, a lot of potential, with his play calling after Bill Callahan got out the way the past couple of weeks. Him and Dwayne Haskins staying linked up. If I was a head coach, and if Bruce Allen's gone, I love the Redskins job opportunity. But then you also have Terry Mclaurin, who's in concussion protocol, and even if he could even possibly play, for any reason, don't let him play. I really wanted to see him get that 1,000-yard season and all of that, but it's just not worth it at this point at all. Don't jeopardize his future. It's statistically proven. They're not exactly sure why, but it's definitely statistically proven that once you have a concussion, it's easier to get another one, and we don't want those piling up. You see what's going on with Jordan Reed. You don't want that to happen to Terry Mclaurin, who's really the brightest spot on the team. Dwayne Haskins looks great, and he plays quarterback, so his role is more impactful, but Terry Mclaurin is like surefire, we got us something. Like, there's no doubt. I see a lot of potential in Dwayne Haskins, but you never know if he might come back from the offseason and forget a lot of his progress, because a lot of his progress and the things that we've truly seen blossom the past few weeks is mental processing type of things. He's not guaranteed to have that when he comes back. But Terry McLaurin's route running and ability to separate and make difficult catches is not just going to run away over the offseason. He's the most surefire thing we have on this team right now out of the young guys. We don't want to jeopardize that in the future. Fabian Moreau did not participate either, so he more than likely won't play again like he hasn't the past few weeks. Monte Nicholson did not participate in Thursday's practice. He more than likely won't play. Josh Norman did not participate in practice, but I don't think he's hurt. They're just taking this opportunity to just have tryouts. Any undrafted free agent, anybody. I'm about to call up and see if I can place corner for the Redskins because they're letting anybody play but Josh Norman. Josh Norman only comes in the game once everybody else gets hurt. But they're loading up on corners and safeties right now from other teams' practice squads and everything just to see what they have. Because playing Josh Norman at this point is completely futile. And I know he wants to get out there and put as much good tape out there as possible before he ends up being a free agent. Because clearly the Redskins are releasing him and taking some of that cap space back at the end of this season. Probably the minute that Cowboys game ends, like at 7-something. And then you have Adrian Peterson, who also didn't participate, but that's just his day off. He's good. He's going to play Sunday. But like I said, Landon Collins, Dwayne Haskins, Terry McLaurin, Fabian Moreau, Monte Nicholson, all big pieces of the Redskins' future success, and more than likely won't play against the Cowboys. Probably like all of them won't play against the Cowboys. There's no point. There's nothing to play for. I don't see the difference between winning 3 games and 4 games. Y'all let me know if I'm the one tripping. Please let me know. So y'all can brag to y'all friends and be like, nah, we didn't win 3, we won 4 games. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Let me know, please. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm wilding. So at this point, it's just please secure the 2nd overall pick. AKA secure Chase Young. There's no reason to go to this game and win. There's absolutely no reason to force a Terry Mclaurin who's going through concussion protocol to play in this game. But looking at all these injuries that we have, it made me want to look at all of the players we already have on injured reserve that's not even on the injury report for the week. You already have Bryce Love, who's on active non-football injury list because he was hurt from a college injury that didn't allow him to play at all this season. Alex Smith is on active physically unable to perform list because he was hurt in the NFL last season and it made it so he couldn't play this season. And then you have the injured reserve, boy, Ninja Scroll. You have edge rusher Jordan Brailford, who was actually starting to show some flashes in training camp, got hurt, injured reserve, whole season missed. Caleb Brantley, who was starting to show a little something at D tackle, hurt, out for season. Jehu Chesson made a couple of plays here and there during training camp, mini camp, all of that type of stuff, out for season. Jerome Cunningham, tight end that we picked up, I think either that same game, the same week that we picked him up, or maybe 2 weeks later, hurt, out for season. Vernon Davis looked like he found the fountain of youth. Guess what happened? Hurt, out for season. Quentin Dunbar, balling. Should have been a Pro Bowler. Got snubbed. What happened? IR, out for season. I mean, that was the last few weeks, so it's kind of a little different. DeShazer Everett, backup safety. When Monte Nicholson and Landon Collins get hurt, he fills right in. But guess what happened? Hurt, gone for season. Reuben Foster, first, second day of training camp? Hurt, gone for season. Darius Geis, balling. Had like 3-4 games of showing so much potential. I hope he can get healthy. But guess what he did in 2019? Hurt, gone for season. Miles Humphrey, not gonna lie, don't exactly remember who that is. Gone, hurt for season. Danny Johnson, got to play these last couple of weeks. Showed some flashes again like when we first got him. Filling in for the injured Quentin Dunbar, Fabian Moreau, Jimmy Moreland. But guess what happened? Hurt, gone for season. Ryan Kerrigan, never missed a game as a Redskin until this year, just a couple of weeks ago. It was so bad, he's hurt, gone for season. And his streak was crazy too. He had a streak of 139 games straight. That is crazy. Now Morgan Moses was second, but he may not play this week and that might ruin his streak. But it looks like he probably will. But he hasn't played entire games. He'll start, but he gets hurt. And then here come stank leg Jerron Christian, who's okay at run blocking, but pass blocking is just atrocious, to fill in for Morgan Moses.
He can't seem to do anything right.
But back to Ryan Kerrigan, I'm so sad that his streak ended. And it looks like we may even try to trade him in the offseason, especially if we get Chase Young. And with Ryan Anderson, when he wasn't hurt, actually started having his best few games of all time. Like college anything, he started balling. I think he's 5th in the league in forced fumbles, and he barely gets playing times. He started going crazy these past couple of weeks. But he's a little banged up. He's not super hurt. He's not IR hurt. But you get what I'm saying. He was a little banged up. As long as he's healthy, we have Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Honestly, as much as I hate to see Ryan Kerrigan playing in another jersey, if we can get a 1st or 2nd round pick for him, we have to pull the trigger. It's time to rebuild this team. And I don't even feel like we need like a long rebuild. We already have the quarterback. We already have the playmaking receivers. If Darius Geis and Bryce Love are healthy, we have the playmaking running backs. We just need to fill the holes on offensive line, maybe get another good receiver. Add another cornerback to the room to compete because Fabian Moreau, Quentin Dunbar, and Jimmy Moreland can really hold it down. Kendall Fuller is probably not getting re-signed with the Chiefs. He's had an off few years with them. Bring him back. Let him shine like he did with us before we traded him for Alex Smith. When we get all of our linebackers back, including Reuben Foster, we really have something going, especially with Cole Holcomb leading all rookies in tackles, even though he's had a bad couple of past 2 weeks. He's had pretty off moments. But overall, he's had a really good season, especially for a 5th rounder. Sean Dale Hamilton, even though he only plays in spurts, looks like our best linebacker when he's out there. John Bostic is definitely better than Mason Foster, especially in coverage. Our linebacking group is pretty good. Safety, Landon Collins is a beast in the box at tackling. Little sour in coverage, but you don't put him in positions to coverage. You see Jamal Adams with the Jets. They let him blitz, play in the box, all kinds of stuff, making all kinds of plays. They have a creative defensive coordinator, which allows him to shine. If we get that for Landon Collins, he won't be in coverage as much, and he'll be doing what he does best. Making tackles in the backfield and blitzing and getting sacks like he should be able to. And then Monte Nicholson, the main person who we see a huge jump in production and potential if we just got a better defensive coordinator. You see big flashes from Monte Nicholson, but then you also see really low lows, and I feel like that's more so Greg Minuski's fault than his. Get him a great defensive coordinator, we're set there. Defensive line is on lockdown. We already know Matt Ioannidis might be the best of all three, but you also have Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne holding it down. So honestly, with the draft picks we already have, we can pick up another first for Trent Williams, another first, second, or third for Ryan Kerrigan. I feel like it's time to make some moves. I feel like we can really shake up the NFC East, especially with Dwayne Haskins starting week 1 and having an entire offseason to actually be looked at, cared about, coached up, helped, all of that. Then you have Casanova McKenzie, who looked like he was going to be the breakout edge rusher that was making plays. He was going crazy against Tampa Bay last year. He started making noise again in the preseason. Got hurt, IR. Tragic. Jimmy Moreland, 7th round corner, started making strides, especially once he was forced out there with the starters late in the season, as of like the past few weeks. But he also got hurt, IR. Troy Quinn. Steven Sims is definitely starting over him in the slot next season, or at least he better if they know better. But he also got hurt, ended up on IR. Jordan Reed, concussions, and an assortment of all kinds of injuries. Hurt, IR. I don't even remember if he played this year though.
Good question.
Paul Richardson, waste of money. I'm pretty sure he's going to get released. He's already started deleting stuff off of his Instagram. He deleted Washington off of his username. He deleted all Washington Redskins posts on his Instagram.
Wow.
So he looks like he already knows he's gone too. And the Redskins can save a lot of money from cutting him. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I was really hoping we would get big things out of him because he can play slot, outside corner, both safety roles. He knows how to play press man, off man, bail, zone. He's just up there in age. He's 33 years old and he's only getting older. And he just got hurt. It's looking dark for him, but he got hurt, IR, very early in the season. Brandon Sheriff. He wasn't that hurt to end up on IR, but the games were pretty much meaningless. They decided, go ahead and get your surgery. You're on IR for the rest of the season. Come back next season really healthy. I feel like we're going to end up franchise tagging him, even though we're going to have a lot of cap space. We could potentially have $90 million if we trade or release certain people like Trent Williams, Ryan Kerrigan, Josh Norman, Paul Richardson, all of those type of people. You have Greg Stroman. I don't remember him playing this year either, so he must have went on IR very early. And Josh Woodrum got hurt in preseason, I think the 4th game, 3rd game. He went on IR immediately also. Then you have Simeon Thomas, the defensive back who was suspended for 4 games just 1 game ago or 2 games ago. So of course he was out for season. And then you have Trent Williams, who has never even attempted to play this year, who is healthy. But you already know how the whole Bruce Allen situation is going with the tumor and all of that. I don't even have to dive into that.
This is bad.
So that's 25 players that's certainly unavailable against the Cowboys.
Wah, wah, wah.
And then you potentially have like another 8 that may not play. Especially Dwayne Haskins and Terry McLaurin. I better not see them out on that field. I already know Dwayne Haskins isn't. I better not see Terry McLaurin playing against them Cowboys. I really wanted you to get that 1,000-yard season. I was one of your biggest cheerleaders for that, man. I was talking about it in almost every video. I was keeping counting everything. I said Terry McLaurin has this many yards. He needs this many to reach 1,000. Mentioned it in like my last 2 or 3 videos, but bruh, we need you for the long haul, man. So I'm not exactly sure what the secondary is about to look like in this game. I know the defensive line will be Matt Ioannidis, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen. Then we'll have Montez Sweat and Ryan Anderson, hopefully. But then we can go to Nate Orchard. And then the inside linebackers, we're good with Cole Holcomb, Sean Dion Hamilton, John Bostic. But then this secondary gets ugly because Monte Nicholson looks like he won't play. Landon Collins looks like he won't play. Troy Apke's even hurt.
Who?
So he might not play to start, and even if he does, he might re-aggravate an injury or hurt something else. He might end up being out. I don't know who's going to be back there. Like I said, Quentin Dunbar, Jimmy Moreland, and Danny Johnson are on the IR. Fabian Moreau more than likely won't play. He might as well be on IR. I don't see the point of throwing him out there. So the Redskins went ahead and signed cornerback Breon Borders from the Jaguars practice squad and cornerback D. Danley just to put bodies on the field. And like I mentioned in another video, they also signed Kayvon Webster and Cody Sensabaugh to the team. Those are defensive backs. And then they also promoted defensive back Maurice Smith from the practice squad. So our secondary is going to be some mixture of that. I have no idea who's starting. Please don't even try to ask me that. I can't give you that. Did you just hear the names I said? Kayvon Webster, Cody Sensabaugh, Maurice Smith, D. Delaney, I think I messed his name, D. Danley, and Breon Borders. Those are our 5 DBs right there, with Trey Apke maybe. So between those 6 players, we're gonna have to get some starters out there.
What do you mean? How?
Just to warn y'all, just so when you turn on the TV and you're like, who are these numbers? That's why you don't know what's going on. That's the current situation of the Redskins secondary, and really the whole team. Cause we're about to throw Case Keenum out there. I'm assuming Colt McCoy will be the backup if Case Keenum gets hurt, like he has before this season a few times. At receiver, the only people I know for sure that are going to be out there are Kelvin Harmon, Cam Sims, and Steven Sims. And I'm glad they're getting to go out there to get some meaningful snaps to develop further. But then beyond them, I don't know who's really going to be out there. With Darvin Kidsey, he's the only one other than the people I just named and Terry McLaurin that is actually on the active roster as of right now. We have Emmanuel Hall, Jordan Vesey, and Jester Weh from Pittsburgh on the practice squad. So I'm assuming we're going to promote at least one of them just to put bodies on the field. I prefer Emmanuel Hall. I really want to see what Emmanuel Hall has. That's a big pickup. I'm not sure if y'all know, but I had us drafting him very late in the 2019 draft when I did one of my mock drafts way back in the spring, early this year.
Yo, he know too much.
So I'm glad we picked him up, brought him to the practice squad, got him for really cheap, basically pennies. And I just want to see what he has going against Dallas. And what's good for him is that he doesn't have just like some random struggling super backup, just got out of college, 7th round pick, undrafted free agent quarterback throwing to him. As much as I don't like Case Keenum, at least he's a decent quarterback. We should be able to see what some of these receivers have to offer with him at quarterback. He shouldn't be just throwing complete duds and making the wide receivers look stupid out there. So hopefully if Emmanuel Hall gets promoted from the practice squad, I'll actually get to see what he does. And then offensive line-wise, 35-year-old Donald Penn, who's, been decent at times but bad at times. But for the most part, he's been pretty decent. He hasn't been terrible. Then you have Eric Flowers, who's balling. He's doing his thing. It's not a perfect season, but he's playing way better than we expected, and he has been the most consistent offensive lineman, at the very least the most consistent, possibly the best all season for us. Then you have Chase Roulier, who's been struggling the past few weeks, kind of struggling all season. He's technically the starter, but it's looking dark. You have Wes Martin, who put together a solid game last week after only just now starting to play this season since like 3 weeks ago. And he had a good game the first week we brought him in a few weeks ago. And then you have Morgan Moses, who already struggles, but if he plays, he's going to be hurt. And if he gets hurt, we have Jerron Christian coming back in. No! So the offensive line is in shambles. Running back-wise is Adrian Peterson, Josh Ferguson, Michael Burton, Wendell Smallwood, and Chris Thompson, however we're going to use them. Pretty sure Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson are going to get the bulk of the snaps. But those other 3 names that I gave y'all probably will get some snaps just to see what they have to offer. You never know. We might not re-sign Chris Thompson after this season. We'll see, though. Especially if they believe Bryce Hall is going to be fully healthy and ready to go. But I'm going to miss Chris Thompson, man. Seeing Ryan Kerrigan and Chris Thompson on other teams is going to hurt my heart. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sorry, it just hit me just now.
But depending on what the value we can get for them, if we trade them away or whatever, I have to take it. I'm sorry, man. It's time to move on and get these young legs going. It's time to make room for the young guns to develop. I'm not saying I've wanted Ryan Kerrigan to be hurt all of this time, but since he's been hurt, we've seen a huge jump in development from Ryan Anderson. We've seen a big game from Nate Orchard and Chris Odom. Once the veterans move out the way and let some of the young guys get meaningful minutes, not just preseason or garbage time minutes, but actually starting the game, you really see some true steps in development. You know, it's a little rocky in the beginning, so you can't just pull them out and be like, oh, abandon ship, forget this whole idea. You have to let them fight through the pain.
Let's go, get out of here! Let's go, move!
They're gonna get some bumps and bruises on the way. You just have to let them develop. And then at tight end, I don't know what's going on, man. We have Jeremy Sprinkle, who was supposed to be third on the depth chart, but he's been first the majority of the season. Definitely had a lot of moments where you've seen why he was third and not supposed to be first. But these past couple of games, he hasn't been dropping passes, so maybe he's learning something. Maybe we have something going there, but I'm not gonna bet on it. Then you have Hell Hinges, who I have no idea when we brought him in, but he caught a nice touchdown from Dwayne Haskins in the red zone. And then you have Caleb Wilson at tight end. So I'm assuming those three will be active, or at least two of them will be active. And we'll see what they have to offer against the Cowboys too. See who can block the best, see who can get separation and catch passes the best. Because Jeremy Sprinkle's catching was very suspect for a long time. Maybe Caleb Wilson and that Hell Hinges guy that caught that touchdown from Haskins can show a little something. See if we can find a gem amongst them. Because Hale Hinches made that throw from Dwayne Haskins look easy to catch. He went up and just grabbed it. It wasn't a body catch. It was no bobble. It was just a catch, bring it in, made it look simple. As simple as open catches should be, but Jeremy Sprinkle sometimes, with no defender touching him, would just drop passes.
How, Sway?
But that's it, y'all. Not a real long video. Just wanted to talk about who's even on the team now at this point. Who's even going to play against the Cowboys?
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
This was a big question I had for myself, and I figured once I did the research, I might as well make a video for other people to know. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are curious too.
Exactly.
Because these injuries are piling up. And even though it doesn't seem as bad as the previous 2 years, it's still really bad. But then again, it probably only doesn't seem as bad because these games have been meaningless for so long. These past 2 years, we were losing players left and right while trying to make the playoffs. It looks like we've given up on the playoffs since we fired Jay Gruden, at the very latest. I know the team and the coaches on the team necessarily haven't played like it, effort-wise. But with them losses piling up, man, it looked dark. But yeah, this is the third year in a row we just have a pile of injuries, just a slew of them. Injury reserve too full. We have a waiting line to the injury reserve right now. It's crazy, man. You should see it. Never seen nothing like it. Other teams don't go through this. This is not normal, Redskins Nation. I know we've dealt with it for 3 years in a row. But no, this is not normal. This is not okay. But then again, you have people like Brandon Sheriff, who's only on injured reserve because our season was so meaningless at this point. He might as well have just gotten the surgery, get it out the way, and be as healthy as possible by the time minicamp and training camp comes around.
Hello. Let's celebrate that.
But at the end of the day, our injured reserve is in the 20s, and that makes no sense either way you look at it. And then going into this game, we have 8 players that probably won't play. 8 starters and even some backups that won't play. So now we're going to have the backups of the backups of the backups out there. But Terry Mclaurin, hope you get through that concussion protocol as healthy as possible. Get your mind right. Chill out. Do not play against the Cowboys. I don't care if they say it's okay. You don't do it. You have to know your worth, man. You mean so much to this franchise. Same for you, Dwayne Haskins. They already told you you're not playing. But I still hope you recover from that high ankle sprain as soon as possible. Come out on the other side strong. It's not that bad of an injury, but I still feel like I just need to say it. Throw some good energy out there, you feel me? Come back very strong next season, ready to take over the league. And everybody else too, man. Quinn Dunbar, Darius Geis, everybody, man. Everybody. I know I'm not saying a lot of names because I'm not about to run through that list again of 20-something people. But y'all get the point. I want them to come back stronger. We're going to have a great draft, I'm telling you. Once we get rid of Bruce Allen and bring in this beautiful front office, bring in a great head coach, it's time to make noise, y'all. I'm hype about next season. Forget this Cowboys game. I still don't understand why any of y'all want to win this game.
Why?
Pass up a generational talent like Chase Young just to get a petty win to say you won 4 games instead of 3. I know y'all have all this animosity towards Dallas, but is it worth it? Is it worth it going against Chase Young twice a year? Let me know. Please let me know. But I've babbled on enough. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Coming out with another video in a couple of days. Trying to keep it constant. I have so many topics to talk about. It's not running out of material, it's running out of time. When I find the time, I make a video. Like I said, I'm making this video. It's 5:30 a.m. right now. So I have to do it when I can. But I'm gonna keep getting these videos out to y'all. And like I said, I have so many topics. I even want to talk about, like, even just random things like, who do y'all want as a backup quarterback? Because that could be very important. And I actually thought of a lot of great points and factors that have something to deal with who we should want as a backup quarterback. So that, I mean, it's just random things. You know, I'm gonna keep coming with all the draft stuff. And I have some very interesting videos concerning draft topics for all of y'all. I mean, it's just crazy. I have so many ideas in here on the computer. I'm gonna keep spamming y'all. So make sure you like this video if you felt it, if you appreciated the research that I put in. Please subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna keep spamming y'all with heat. If you want to know anything Redskins, I got you. Get in them comments and let me know any topics you might want me to do a video on. But most importantly, get in them comments and let me know how you feel about all of these injuries that we've piled up throughout the season. Also, most importantly, do you want to see Terry McLaurin try to reach 1,000 yards this week against Dallas? Also, which is a big topic for some reason, do you want to see the Redskins even try to win against the Cowboys? For me, it's an easy hell no, but I do want to see what y'all think, and I want to see why y'all feel that way, especially if you're on the opposing side, because I gotta hear it. I just have to see the logic. Please put it in any way you can. I have to see it from y'all point of view, because I just can't see it at all.
I just don't get it. It making no sense to me. It making no sense.
But either way,
All right, guys, I gotta run.